Sunday at pregame, this is Johnny Detroit. Let's recap the weekend and go right to the good and the bad. As the bad, Marco D'Angelo could not replicate his Kentucky Derby feat. As many of you know, last year Marco turned $104 into $2,305, and it was not meant to be, as Marco's horse racing selections go down the tube. But to cut the big guys some slack, I've read everything from Daily Racing Forum to some obscure horse racing website, and almost universal across the board. Nobody had that race. I actually talked to some friends in Vegas who were at South Point yesterday, and they said it was literally a bloodbath. A friend of mine goes every year down to the Derby, and he says it was nothing but ripped up tickets all over the place. So I do have to cut Marco a little bit of slack there. Moving on to the good, where Spartan hit his playoff triple yesterday. He was on the flip side of Marco, as Marco also was on the Dallas Mavericks. Spartan was all over Oklahoma as they swept the Mavs 4-0, winning 103-97. Moving on to my slash, and my slash is Goodfella. And the reason he is my slash, I like to take either a hot handicapper or someone having a big play and give you a deal and discount their 7 and 30 days, as the packages technically won't start till the following day. So Goodfellow is not only hot, he's on a 17-7 Major League Baseball run. He also has an NL Game of the Month, a triple play going today. So if you take the price of the package, if you plan on buying it, and subtract it from the discounted 7 or 30 day, it makes more sense to invest in at minimum a 7-day package. So who else am I looking at? I'm looking at Greg Shake and Bake Baker. He had a great day yesterday. I wish the video can go longer. As a bunch of pros, tons of green yesterday. If you look at the button called Yesterday's Picks, show our transparency at PregamePros.com. On the right-hand side, you can click Yesterday's Pick and look at who everyone had. Shaker's won 14 of his last 20 triple stars. He has a big play going today. Spartan has another triple play. And Brian Leonard is on a 19-9 best bet run, and he has a rare 3-dimer going, so I'm definitely looking at Brian. Moving on to the forums, there's a great post. It's tagged under everything else, where they're asking questions about the legitimacy of the sportsbook spy data. So real quick, how legitimate is it? Very. I have multiple feeds. I actually obtained the one from Sports Interaction, and I replied to that thread and showed the actual XML, gave an example. And the reason it's legitimate is there's zero reason for the books to lie. The fact is, a very small percentage of people who bet even know that this stuff exists, and of the ones that do, a very even smaller percent will actually use it. So there is no real downside to the books. It's great advertising for them. It gets their name out there, gets people talking, and realistically, it's really not going to change too much, and the amount of people using it isn't going to offset their bottom line whatsoever. To the props and free picks, Faultless 3 has won 9 of his last 10. He's on the Philadelphia 76ers. I don't believe all the games have been graded from yesterday as of yet by the time of doing this video, but I want to give props to one of my favorite guys at pregame, Professor Donkey, going in yesterday, won 6 straight. He was 6-0. And also StatLab Sports was on a hot run, and he was a little upset because the username he had in the system was one he originally put in back in the day, switched it to StatLab Sports, which is his actual name, and the pick section was reading the old one, so he was kind of distraught that he couldn't get any love. So StatLab Sports, you're on a hot run, brother. So I want to say it's all fixed and you should be fine. Which brings me to my final point. If there are issues, whether it's big, you're pissed off that you're spending tons of money and you're losing, whether you want to buy multiple packages, you're having issues using your credit card, you got a problem in the forum, somebody's saying some stuff that probably shouldn't be in the community, whatever it may be, a part of the site's down, you're not getting your picks, etc., etc., etc. You can always call us at 1-800-PREGAME. We have a live chat. And you could also email support at pregame. And the best of all, I'm one of the owners along with RJ Bell, is you could email me at Johnny at pregame. And that's what StatLab Sports Day said. Johnny, love putting in the picks. I finally got on a hot run. Want to get some love, and my username's not right. I had it handled. He's taken care of it, and I'm showing him some love on this video. So in the event, if it's something generic or basic, you could always go to support. If they don't get back into a timely manner or don't handle it the way you like, you can come to me directly. And how many companies will you go right to the owner if the basic support doesn't handle it the way you choose? So from Johnny Detroit, that's going to do it for Sunday. I'll be back Monday, and as always, thanks for watching, and from me to you, best of luck.